Hello and welcome to the Vector Garden. In this quick tip, we're going to talk about raster-based effects. Yes, that subject needs to be done. So we're going away from vector and into the raster world. When you check out the effect menu, then you have vector-based effect up here, although they are not all vector-based. And we have pixel-based effect down here, the Photoshop effects. How can you use them? You can just select your artwork. This is vector, so this is even live text, still editable. And you can then apply an effect. Let's go to Ocean Ripple, like this. So let's zoom into this because we need to view this up close. And you see, this effect gets only applied on the left side, and on the right side, what's that? Now let's take a look at the options here. I'm not going to dive into the options of this effect, just try them out and see if it works for what you want to do. Let's take a look at the magnitude here. And I'm going to move that slider, and you see this moves to the right and further to the right, and there it's clipped. And that's why you don't see it on the right side, because it just moves all the thing to the right. And then, yeah, you get this. Probably not what you want. I'm going to OK. We are going to take a look at that. Now, what happens when you have a raster-based effect applied to text is you can still edit the text. Because you might need to. You might notice now that the spacing doesn't work in this text. You need to have more space between the letters or whatever. And you see here with this font, it might not even be noticeable that much. So you see, because it's all straight, then you don't see everything of this. So we're going to take a look at that example down there in a minute. But first of all, let's see how we can deal with that. And for that, I need to get rid of that effect. So let's go into the Appearance panel, select it, and just delete it. Now we want to have that on the right side as well, but it gets clipped as it now is. So what can we do? We can go to, let's close this first. We can go to Object and rasterize this. So I'm just going to leave that as is, go to OK. And now it's a raster image. So let's go into Outline View. It's a raster image. And also it's all white. So I'm going to arrange this and bring it to front. And you see it's white, it's not transparent. And now we can go to the Ocean Ripple again. You see here. But again, what you see now, when we zoom into here, then you see it gets clipped again. So, which is really, you can really see that on the right side because the value is so strong. Because still it gets moved to the right. The artwork gets moved to the right. And then it gets clipped because the image is just not large enough here. So let's cancel that. That can't be used. And sometimes when you have just low values, then you wouldn't even notice maybe. But when you have an image like this one, so let's go here and rasterize that as well, then you will see it. So we go to the Ocean Ripple, and there you see, even when we have smaller values with the round things, you see that. So let's undo that. And again, we need to undo this one as well. So a few times because I've moved it. Now it's text again. So let's go to Object and rasterize it. And in order to have that space around it, you need to add. So you need to add an amount of area around this. Let's just do that. And when we select it, then you see we have enough space that we can then use to apply the effect. So that's what that is for. And then we can go to Effect, Ocean Ripple, and you see no matter how large we apply this, there's enough space so that this artwork can be moved and we can apply this effect. The only thing that is now getting in our way of editing this is that rasterize is destructive. We can solve that as well, but that's the subject for another video.